Good evening, Nelson.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. We
Thanks
also
too.
have Diana Carolina. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
It's going well.
Okay, good to hear that. We also have Raul. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm very good. How about you?
Good, thanks for asking. Next person, Francisco Hernandez. Good evening.
Sure, how are you?
Good, what about you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Okay, Melvin. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. What about you?
Good, thanks for asking. Next person, Anna, but I guess Anna is traveling. So we have Eliezer. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, teacher, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Saul, good evening. Saul. Well, Daisy, good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay. Vladimir, good evening. Oh, Vladimir is traveling. Let's see. Helen, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good, thanks for asking. Next person, Sophia, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Angel, good evening.
Good evening, coach.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking me. What
Okay.
about you?
Good, thanks for asking.
Okay.
Xiomara Hernandez, good evening. Xiomara? Well, let's see. Catherine Alvarado, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Fatima Mercado, good evening. Oh, she's busy. Stephanie Sagastume, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Gabriela Jaco, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm sick.
Really? The flu?
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
cough.
Tough.
Dog. That is.
Okay, so I hope you get better soon.
Thanks, teacher.
Angie, good evening. Angie Paredes, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Okay, Saul, good evening. Saul, good evening. Oh, he's busy. William, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I am fine. And you?
Okay, good. Thanks for asking. And the last one, Sarah, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am good, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. And Catherine Carrillo, good evening. Did you say good evening before?
Good evening.
How are you?
I am fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Okay, so it is good to know that you're doing well. Let's start with the class. As you know, today you have the test. So Francisco is going to read the introduction and the agenda.
No está conectada la cámara.
What?
November 8th, 2023. Welcome to your English class, teacher Juan Lima. Agenda, review, practice, and test.
Exactly. So first we are going to start with the review of the topics. Then we will see some exercises where you will practice. And at the end, you will do the test. Diana Gonzalez, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. How are you?
Good. What about you?
Fine, thank you for asking.
Okay. Can you read the objective, please?
Yes. To show, to show what you learn in units 1, 2.
Exactly. Only the pronunciation, what you learned.
What you learn.
Exactly. So this is what you have to do today. And first, as we mentioned before, we will have the review. So in this review, we will have the main topics that we studied in units number 1 and 2. So let's start with the first topic to review today. That is expressing agreement with some ideas. So the first person is going to be Nelson. If I tell you, I go to the park on weekends, what about you? How do you express agreement?
So do I.
Excellent. So, similar to what Nelson said, is what we are going to review, how to express agreement in different forms when we have positive sentences and negative sentences. So the first one is going to be Jose Sandoval. You're going to read the first column, Helen, the second column, and Catherine Alvarado, the third column. So let's listen to them.
I am happy.
So I.
I am happy too.
You are making a noise.
So
Making a noise too.
I need more money.
good.
More money too.
Steven likes pizza.
So that's Mary.
Mary likes pizza too.
I was tired this morning.
So was I.
I was tired too.
We were late.
So were they.
They were late too.
I watched a movie last night.
Watch.
So did I.
I watched a movie too.
She can play the guitar.
The
So
guitar.
can I.
I can play the guitar too.
Mhm.
He could see the stars.
So
Good.
could I.
I could see the stars too.
Mhm.
She will win an hours. No,
Award.
awards.
So will I.
I will win an award too.
I would like a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee.
So will I.
I would like a cup too.
He should study more.
So should I.
Should.
Should.
I should study more too.
Mhm.
They have finished early.
So have I.
I have finished early too.
He had eaten too much.
So have I.
I have eaten too much too.
Okay, good job. Now, Raul, when you say, so am I, and I am too, are you expressing the same idea or a different idea?
I express the same idea.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
But let's see, when we use so, we use it at the beginning or at the end.
At the beginning.
And when you say to is at the beginning or at the end?
To is at the end.
Exactly. Yes. So we can have the two options. You can say, so am I, or I
Yeah.
am too. Yes. So am I, or I am too. Now, in this case, do you have an auxiliary, Raul? When you say I am happy, do you have an auxiliary?
No.
No, right? Only the verb be.
What is the
So
verb
we
be?
use the verb be. Yes.
Yeah.
In number 2, do you have an auxiliary?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Are. It's verb be.
Exactly. The verb be, so you put the
Verb
verb
be.
be. In this sentence, do you have an auxiliary?
Yes.
When you say I need more money, do you have an auxiliary?
No.
No, right?
No. Right.
But we need an
You need
auxiliary.
auxiliary. Do.
Yeah. So what is the auxiliary in the present?
Do.
Do. When you say Steve likes pizza, do you have an auxiliary?
No.
No, but we need an auxiliary. What is the auxiliary for Steve in the present?
Does.
Does. And Mary or
Mary.
Steve or another person, another name. Yes.
Yeah.
In the next one, do you have an auxiliary or only the verb be?
Only the verb be.
So we put the verb be.
The verb be in the past.
In the next one, same thing, the
Verb.
verb be. When you say I watched a movie last night, do you have an auxiliary?
Yes.
I watched a
I
movie
watched
last night.
movie last night.
Do you have an auxiliary?
No.
Okay, so we need an auxiliary.
Auxiliary.
What is the auxiliary in the past?
Did.
So we put did. Yes. She can play the guitar. Do you have an auxiliary or a modal?
No.
When you say she can play the guitar, no auxiliaries, no modals?
No mothers.
Mm,
She can play the guitar. So can I.
so
Can is a model.
can is the
Use
modal. Yes, can is the
mother. Yes.
modal. That is like an auxiliary.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
because the verb is play.
The verbs play.
So
Yes.
it is an auxiliary
Mother.
or modal in
Mother.
this case.
Yes.
Now we could see the stars. Do you have an auxiliary or modal?
We have mothers.
What is it?
Cool.
Could.
Could.
So we use could.
So could I.
Number 3. Do you have an auxiliary?
Yes.
What is auxiliary?
Will.
Will. So we use will. Yes.
So I.
Would,
Would,
should,
should.
have, etc. So whenever you have an auxiliary, you only put the auxiliary.
Okay.
If you don't have the auxiliary in the sentence because it is probably in the past or present, you need to identify if you have to use did, do, or
Do
does.
or does.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so this is for positive sentences. Now let's see for negative sentences. Douglas, can you read the first column, please? Ubaldo, you're going to read the second column. And Gabriela, no, yes, Gabriela Jaco is going to read the last one.
I'm not hungry.
Neither I am.
Neither
Am I?
am I.
Am I?
Mhm.
I am not hungry either.
Excellent. Continue.
You aren't trying.
Neither are you.
You aren't trying either.
Mhm.
I don't need help.
Neither did I.
I don't need help either.
Steve doesn't like fish.
Neither does Sam.
Sam doesn't like fish either.
I wasn't bored.
Neither was I.
I wasn't bored either.
They weren't invited.
Neither were we.
Mhm.
We weren't invited either.
I didn't like the book.
Neither did I.
I didn't like the book either.
I can't swim.
Neither can I.
I can't swim either.
I couldn't see him.
Neither could I.
I couldn't see him either.
She won't be there.
Neither will I.
I won't be there either.
I wouldn't eat that.
Neither will I.
I wouldn't either eat that either.
I shouldn't worry.
Neither should I.
I shouldn't worry either.
They haven't started.
Neither have I.
I haven't studied either.
He hadn't finished.
Neither had I.
I hadn't finished either.
Good job, good job. So this is to express agreement in negative sentences. Let's see, Sarah. When you say neither, neither is at the beginning or at the end?
At the beginning.
Exactly. And when you say either, either is at the beginning or at the end?
At the end.
Excellent. And when you say neither, the auxiliary
Mhm.
is in positive or in negative?
In positive.
Exactly. When you say neither, the auxiliary is in positive. In positive.
Yeah.
Because you have not either, that is neither. Reduction,
Okay.
not either,
Mhm.
neither. Yes.
Okay.
And when you say either, the
Mhm.
auxiliary is in positive or negative?
Negative.
Exactly. You always use negative auxiliary when you say either. Yes. This is what you need to remember. But the meaning is exactly the same thing. Now,
Okay.
let's see if
Mhm.
you got it. Helen, I will type something positive or negative and you express agreement using the two forms. So let's see number one. I drink milk. What about you?
Um, so do I.
So do I. Or another option?
Or neither do I.
No,
Um,
I do.
I do too.
yes,
Yes. Is the sentence positive or negative?
positive.
Positive. So you need to use the words for positive agreement. Yes. This is like if you say, me too, me too. Yes. But you say, so do I, or I do too. Yes. Now, next one, Helen. If I say, I don't drink milk, and you have, oops, yes, I don't drink milk, and you have the same opinion, how do you answer or how do you express the same opinion?
Neither do I.
Neither
Neither
do I.
do I.
Exactly. Or
I don't either.
excellent. I don't either. Yes. So these are the two options. If you express agreement for something that is positive, you use so and to. If you use agreement for something that is negative, neither either. Yes. Now let's see. Vanessa, no. Let's see. Jose Sandoval. I can dance. What about you?
Neither can I.
I can dance. Is this positive or negative?
Positive, sorry.
Okay.
So can I?
So can I.
So
It's
can
like
I?
if you say me too, me
Yes,
too.
yes.
Now another form.
I can too.
I can too. Now if I say I can't dance. What about you, Jose?
Ah, sorry, no había visto sobre abajo, sorry, teacher. Neither can I, and neither can I, and I can't either.
Excellent. Thank you. So these are used to express that you have the same opinion, that you can dance either. These are used to express that you can dance. You have the same opinion. If you have different opinion, Nelson, I drink milk. What about you? Nelson?
Really? I don't.
Excellent. Really? I don't. Yes, I don't drink milk. So this is the opposite. Now, next one, Catherine Alvarado. I don't drink milk. What about you? Catherine Alvarado?
Sorry. Really, I do.
Excellent. Really? I do. Yes, I do. Good job. Next one, Angel. I can dance. What about you? The opposite. The opposite.
Really? I can.
Exactly. Really? I can't. No? Next one, Francisco. I can't dance. What about you? The opposite?
Really? I can.
Exactly. Really? I can. Yes. So this is only when you don't have the same opinion. Yes. When you don't have the same opinion, you use the opposite. Yes. So this is what you have to remember. Now, let's move on to the next topic. Comparative adjectives. Catherine Carrillo. For comparative, we have 3 rules. Can you read the 3 rules, please?
Rule for comparative adjectives. Comparative adjectives on syllable, rule, and er.
Example.
Example, cleaner. Two syllables ending in y, change y to
I.
I and er.
ER.
For example, busier.
Mhm.
Two or more syllables that does not end with y. Use the word more or less. For
Exactly.
example, more active, less or less generous.
Okay, more active.
More active.
Exactly. So easy. One syllable, one sound. Yes. Two syllables, two sounds. Three syllables, three sounds. So let's identify, let's see, Saul. If I say tall, what is tall? One syllable, two syllables, three syllables.
One syllable.
Exactly. Tall, 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 tall. One sound. Yes, tall. So, what are you going to use? ER, IER, or more?
ER.
ER. Can you give me an example using taller?
I told her yesterday is my teacher.
I taller yesterday. Hmm. Do you know the meaning of tall, Saul?
Repeat, teacher.
What is tall? An adjective or a verb?
Verb. Adjective, teacher.
Can you read on the top, please?
I don't know what is there. Tall.
Read on the top, please.
Rules for comparative adjective.
Ah, these are rules for comparative adjectives, not for verbs, Saul.
All right.
Yes? So, do you know the meaning of tall? No?
No, teacher.
Okay, Saul. Tall is the opposite of short. Short,
Ah,
tall.
yes.
Yes? Okay. So taller is comparative, more tall, but we don't say more tall, we say taller. Now give me an example.
All right. My son
Mhm.
is taller than me.
This is correct. My
All
son
right.
is
Excuse me.
taller than me. No
Excuse me,
problem.
teacher.
No problem. Now let's see next one. Raul, if I say happy, which rule are you going to use?
Second.
Rule number 1, rule number 2, or rule number 3?
Use the rule number 2.
Exactly. Rule number 2. What is the last letter that you have?
A,
A or
ER.
Y?
Why? Sorry.
Y.
Why?
So when you have Y,
Why?
eliminate Y
Change,
and you use
change, change E,
I,
IER.
IER. Give me an
Yes.
example.
My wife
Mhm.
is
Is
happier than me.
happier than me. My wife is happier than me. No more happy. More happy? Happier. Yes, my wife is happier than me. Next one. Let's see. Diana Hill. If I say expensive, which rule are you going to use? Rule number 1, rule number 2, or rule number 3?
Rule number 3.
Rule number 3. How many syllables do you have in the word expensive?
3.
3.
3 syllables.
Expensive, exactly. 3 syllables. So what is the comparative?
More expensive.
More expensive. Good job. Give me an example.
Um, More expensive.
Yes, give me an example in a sentence.
This television.
Mhm,
This TV
mhm.
is more is more expensive
Mm-hmm.
than a radio.
Good job, good job. This TV is more expensive than a radio. Good job. Thank you. Now, Helen, when you say my son is taller than me, what are you comparing? 2, 3, 4, or 5 people?
2 people.
2 people. And when you say my wife is happier than me, what are you comparing?
2 people.
And when you say this TV is more expensive than a radio, what are you
And
comparing? I'm sorry?
2 things.
2 things. Yes, 2 things. Good job. So you can use comparative to compare 2 people or 2 things. Now, let's see the next topic. Superlative. And Francisco, you're going to read the rule number 1, Sara the rule number 2, Daisy the rule number 3.
One syllable and form the plus est.
The plus
The
est.
plus dst, sorry. The biggest, the smallest, the tallest, the shortest, the longest, the strongest, the weakest, the fastest, and the slowest.
Mhm.
Okay. 2 syllables ending in Y. Change Y to east. The east, from the east, the heaviest, the friendliest, the happiest, the funniest, the prettiest, the busiest, the friendliest, the dirtiest, the angriest.
Just the pronunciation in the last 2. The dirtiest
Dearest,
and the angriest.
the angriest.
Mhm.
Okay.
2 or more syllables. And the most beautiful, the most interesting, the most difficult, the most dangerous, the most expensive, the most popular, the most complicated, the most intelligent, and the most confident.
Good job. Only the pronunciation. Most.
Most.
Exactly. The most beautiful. Good. Thank you. Now, Eliezer, what are you comparing when you say the elephant is the biggest animal? Are you comparing 2, 3, or more things?
And 3,
Exactly. You have 3 animals. What are the 3 animals?
the dog, elephant, and rat.
Mhm.
The
Exactly.
elephant is the biggest.
Okay. So you have a dog, an elephant, and a rat. Yes. And among the 3 animals, there is one winner.
Yes,
Yes. The elephant. The elephant is on the top. The elephant is the biggest.
the
There is
biggest.
not another animal like the elephant. Yes. There is not another animal like the elephant. The elephant is the winner. You can have 3, 4, 20, 50, but the elephant is the winner. Yes. Okay. Now let's see if you got it. Oh, we have some exceptions. Diana Gonzalez, can you read the exceptions, please? Or the regular and superlative?
Common exceptions. Good, the best, bad, the worst.
Exactly. And on the top, on the right, we have some other examples.
And asking questions.
No, on the right.
Can you repeat it?
This one over here.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Adjective. Little, sorry. Adjective, little, superlative, less. Money, least. Okay. Money,
Many.
many, most. Good, best. For,
Far.
far, farthest.
Farthest or furthest?
Farthest. Okay. Bad, worst.
Worst, exactly.
Worst.
So these are the regular ones. Now, Susana,
Yes.
if I say Catherine is, and I have Helen, which one is correct? Comparative or superlative?
Comparative.
Comparative, yes? How many people are you comparing?
Two people.
Two people, yes? What are the two people?
Catherine and Helen.
Exactly, so only two people, comparative. If I say, oops, I forgot the letter E. Catherine is in my house. What do you need to use, comparative or superlative?
Superlative.
Are you comparing two people or you want to express that Catherine is the winner?
The express is the Catherine is the winner.
Exactly, you want to express that Catherine is the winner. So, summarizing, comparative is to compare two people or two things. Superlative is to express that one person is the winner. You're not comparing because the person is the winner. Yes, so that is the characteristic that you want to express, that one person is the winner. Yes. Now let's see, Nelson. Give me an example using Catherine and Helen. Compare Catherine and Helen.
Catherine is Catherine is taller than Helen. And superlative, Catherine is the tallest.
Exactly. So Catherine is the tallest.
Tallest.
When you use superlative, do you need to say then, Nelson, or not?
No, no.
Not right. So when you use superlative, you never say then. When you say comparative, do you need to use then?
Yes.
Exactly. So that makes a difference. Now, let's move on to the next part. Practice with exercises. Angel, can you read the instructions, please?
Choose the correct answer.
Correct. It is with
Correct.
double R. I made a mistake in this part. Example number one.
My house is bigger.
No. Only what you have.
Your house.
Your house. So you have my house is your house. So you have three options. What are the three options?
More bigger and B bigger and C bigger than.
Okay, only one option is correct. So you choose the correct option. Same thing for the number 2, for the number 3, for the number 4. But in number 4, you have I love comedy movies, and you need to choose the correct agreement. So can I, neither do I, or I do too. Only one is correct. Same thing for the number 5, number 6, and number 7. So summarizing, number 1, 2, and 3 is about comparative and superlative. Number 4, 5, 6, and 7 is about expressing agreement. Yes? Take a picture of this, send it to the WhatsApp group because you will work in pairs. Maybe someone can send it, please. Thank you. So it's time to get in pairs. You will have exactly 7 minutes to do it. You can enter. Now, enter that.
My brother
is
the
the tallest.
the tallest in the house. Agree. My brother is the letter C, the tallest in the class. Okay, number 3.
She is her sister. She is happier. The letter A.
Happier. She's happier. Her sister. Yes,
Oh
is
no,
the letter C?
C.
No,
Mhm.
more happier. No, happy is one syllable, one sound. Happy.
Happy.
Is too soon.
Yeah, yes. Happy two sounds. Really, she's more happier. The letter C.
Daisy, what do you think?
I think is the letter A.
A. She's happy.
She
Happier.
is happier. His sister.
She's happier, her sister.
Mm, mm, yes, I think.
Is comparative teacher. They don't have than.
So you need to include them.
Okay.
Uh,
She's happier than her
than
sister.
her sister.
Okay. Um, I don't. Great. She is happier than the letter A. Is than her sister.
Yes, I love
Number.
comedy movies.
I love comedy movies.
So can I. I think. Or
The number five
I do.
don't have can. Is I love comedy.
No,
I think
no.
letter C. I do.
Yes, yes. Do you have a reason? I do too.
Okay. The number five. They can play soccer.
They
I
can
can
play.
either. Yeah, in this case, it has can and
Yes.
letter A. I
Wait.
can. Because it's in negative, either. I can either. Because letter B and letter C is for positive sentence. Letter A. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Letter number 6. She's very tall.
So I am. So I am.